Hello guys, welcome to the first chapter of this course. So let's get started. I will create a new Blender file, and first thing that I will do is let's delete all these existing objects. So press A to select them all and then press delete. Also, as you can see, I've turned on my screencast keys add-on. So if I perform like any of the shortcut, it will appear here in the bottom left corner so that you can easily follow it. Uh, so the first thing that we will do is first press 7 on your number pad to go into the top orthographic view. So the top orthographic view is like a 2D view of a model from the top side. So for example, if I add a cube here uh, and I press 7, so now I'm in the top view and I can edit this cube from the top side only. This is very helpful when creating models from reference images like 2D reference images. If I press 1, then I go into the front orthographic view. 3 is for right and 7 is for top. Also, if I hold control and then I press 1, then I will go to the back orthographic view. Control plus 3 is the left orthographic view and control plus 7 is the bottom orthographic view. So let's press 7 for top orthographic view. We will delete this cube, and first let's add our reference images. So I have also provided you with these reference images. You can use them. They are in the images folder of your courses resources file. So let's press Shift A, go to image, and let's add a reference image. I will head over to the folder that I've saved my reference images. Now you need to bring this reference underscore top image. So this will be our reference from the top side. So to move this image, press G to move, and then press Z to lock it on the Z axis. And let's move it below the display, the origin point. So let's bring in our reference image. Press Shift A, go to image and add a reference. Let's add the reference top. And now to move this image, press G and then press Z, and let's move it below the origin point. Now let's press 1 to go to the front orthographic view, and let's add the reference image for the front side. Alright, let's move it a little bit back on the Y axis. Press G, and then to lock it on the Y, press Y, and then let's send it back here. And now let's create the basic shape of our Walkman device. So press Shift A and let's add a cube. Enable this X-ray and then press Tab to go into edit mode. Let's select both of these and let's bring this here, and select these and bring this here. Let's select the top ones and move them on the Y, and the bottom ones. Okay, now press 1 to go into the front view, and you can see that our front reference image is quite large in comparison to the top one. So just select the image for the front side. Let's name them here. This is our top ref and this is our front. So I will select this front reference image and let's scale this down, and you need to match this line with the cube over here. Scale it up a bit, scale this down, let's match it. So I think this fits perfectly. Yes, yeah, it's correct. So now I will change the size of the cube. Now I think both the reference images are relative to each other. So now select the cube, press tab to go into edit mode. Also enable the X-ray mode and select the top vertices and bring them here. Move them on the Z axis by pressing G and Z, and then again select them at the select these at the bottom, and let's move them here. All right. Now to create these, what I will do is I will press Ctrl R to add an edge loop. and let's add one edge loop here, another one here, one more here, and let's add one here, one here, and one for this edge. So now let's put them all in places. So select this set of vertices, press G and then press X and move it here. Okay, first let's select them both and move this a little bit down on the Z. Alright, now select this and again G and X. Also move this a little bit down, GZ. Okay, let's move this here and this one here. I'm doing the same repetitive task, just selecting the vertices and moving them according to the reference image. I'm just pressing G and then X or Y to move them in the different axes, or Z. Just place them according to the reference image. So I think everything is according to the reference image now. Let's create this cut. Just hold Alt to select a single edge loop. Like for example, this edge loop runs through the complete cube. So to select a complete edge loop, hold Alt and then click here to select all of it. Now again press 1, enable X-ray, and let's move this on the Z here, and let's add another edge loop. This time add edge loop on the this side, and I will add one here, and I will add one here. Move this up on the Z axis and move this also up here. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to separate all these three objects, because you can clearly see that there is a cut here. So we need to separate these three. So first I will shade smooth this. Right click on the object and press shade smooth. You can see all the shading is now very weird. So just go here and in the object data properties, and in normals enable auto smooth. So after auto smooth is enabled, go to the modifier tab and let's add a bevel modifier, and also enable harden normals. Okay, I think select this edge, press 2 to go into the edge select mode. 1 is for vertice select, 2 is for edge, and 3 is for face. So press 2 for edge select, and I will just move this edge on the x-axis a little bit to create this like sharp edge. Now let's adjust the bevel. I think this much is good. Yes, so now let's separate all these three. So to do that, what I will do is I will just press 3 to go into the face select mode, and let's select this middle complete face loop. So hold Alt, click here, and this is selected completely. So this is like what we needed to separate this black part. So just press now P on your keyboard and then separate the selection. So if you press tab to come out of edit mode, and you can easily see all these three are separate objects. So now what I will do is one feature in Blender is quite handy. What I can do is just select this object and press slash to go into the isolation mode. I can isolate any object this way. Select that object and press slash. So what I need to do is I will, like, right now this object is hollow, and these two objects are also hollow from inside. So I need to fill in the faces, because later on when we will use the boolean modifiers, they won't work correctly, because for booleans to work correctly, our 3D shape should be watertight, so there should be no hollow faces. So first we need to fill them. So first let's isolate this piece. Press slash on your keyboard on your number pad, then press tab to go into the edit mode, press 2 for edge select mode and select this edge, and then press F to fill, and then keep pressing F 2 more times to fill the faces. Now select the bottom one and press F 3 more times to fill the face. Now you can see the bevel is very weird for this one. We will correct the bevel later on. First let's fill in the face for these two pieces. Press tab again, select this edge, press F, F, F 3 times, then again, and now the edges are the faces are completely filled. Select this object, go into bevel, and let's decrease the bevel amount for this to something that like fits the all over object. I will decrease the bevel for these two also, 0.03, 0. So I will keep this at 0.02, 002. Alright, I think this looks good now. Also, if your edges are not very visible, one thing you can do is go here, enable shadow, and also enable cavity so that you can easily see your edges. This is quite important while working with hard surface models. So I think guys, this is it for the first lecture. I will continue from here in the second lecture. So first let's save our files. So press Ctrl S. I will save it here. Let's create a new folder, and also I will be providing you files with like for each and every chapter there will be a different Blender file in which only that particular chapter's content is done. So if you are like facing any problem in any of the lectures, you can just go directly to that particular Blender file and see what you're doing wrong. So I will name this file as chapter 1. You guys can work in a single file only, but I am just doing it to make easier for you to follow me in this course. So I will just save this again, and this time I will save it as chapter 2, and we will start working in this file, in this chapter 2 file from the next video. So thank you guys for watching. We'll continue in the next one.